Hello guys, from this video onwards we are going to learn the subject that is compiler design. We are going to learn the topics related to compiler design and we are going to try to understand all the concepts so that we can understand what compiler design actually is and why it is used. Okay, before understanding anything we should know that why we are trying to understand that, why it is important or why it is useful, correct? So, to start with compiler design, let me tell you about high level language and low level language. As we know, whenever we are coding or giving some instruction to the computer, the humans are using something called as high level language. What is high level language? Any language that is executable or that is understandable and readable by the users or by the coders or programmers like us, like human beings. They are known as high level language. This is not any particular language. It may be any language like English, Hindi, anything that is understandable by humans. So those languages are known as high level language. The language that we write the program in, like it is consisting of a language in which we are writing words, sentences or the structure that we can understand. But the problem is computer, any machine or system or computers, they are not able to understand this high level language directly. They are able to execute or understand a language that is known as low level language. Low level language means you can take the example as assembly code or something like, as we know, computers are understanding binary language 0101 like that. So high level language is something that we humans can read and understand, but this language is not directly understandable by the machines. Machines are understanding something known as low level language. So we want some mechanism that can convert this high level language into the low level language so that we can write in high level language and the computers can understand that and execute that accordingly. So in this case, to convert this high level language into the low level language, compiler design comes into the picture. Compiler design is something that helps us to convert this high level language into the low level language. But actually it is not only the compiler that does this task. We are having various steps. We have to go through these steps and all these steps take place before after we are writing the program and before the computer can understand that thing. Okay, so let's see the steps. You will be able to get a clear idea as we proceed. So first of all, we are having high level language. As I have already told you what a high level language is, any language in which the user or we humans are writing the program, it is known as high level language. Now then preprocessor comes into the picture. As the name itself indicates, preprocessor means anything that is required before processing. Pre-processing. Okay, so what preprocessor does, it converts this high level language into something that is known as pure high level language. Then obviously the next question is, what will be the difference between high level language and pure level language? Yes, I am telling you. High level language, as I have told you what high level language is, but the main difference between high level language and pure high level language is, if you are aware about C language, you know that every C language we are starting it with something known as hash include, then whatever, stdio.h, conio.h, hash define, right? In C language, these are some of the steps or lines that we are writing initially. So in high level language, these things will be present. Normally when we are writing the code, these things are present in the very first step. So it is high level language. That is the raw code that we are writing, that is the high level language. But what preprocessor does, it executes these sentences, it understands the meaning that what these sentences wants to do, it does them with the behalf of that and then removes these lines. To give you a clear idea, for example, we have written that hash includes something stdio.h or any specific header files. What do you mean by stdio.h? It is nothing but whenever we are writing .h, it is nothing but header file. The files that will be required by this whole code to be executed. So what this preprocessor will do, it will understand that whenever we are writing hash include something dot h, that means it will understand that this is nothing but file inclusion. So what this preprocessor will do, it will include this particular header file for us. Correct. Then we are having hash define. Hash define means it is macro expansion, means basically how hash define is used. For example, if I am writing hash define size 50, this means what? It globally defines this size with the size 50, with length 50. Means whenever in the program I will be writing this size, it will take the value 50. So the benefit of doing this is, in the program, if I am writing size 50 times, for example, so all those times it will directly write 50. For example, as you know, in the real time project or any company we are coding for, in case initially they are telling that the value of size would be 10, we are keeping 10, but after 2 months 3 months if they tell that okay, but our requirement has changed, so now the size is 100. So in that case, instead of changing the size 50 times, you can change directly here in the preprocessor area, and it will be directly changed in the whole code wherever this size is defined. So this is the main advantage of doing so. However, this preprocessor comes into the picture like that wherever we have written hash include, it will understand that it is nothing but file inclusion. Whenever we have written hash define, it will understand that it is nothing but macro expansion, and it will do the things as required. So after including these files, after assigning these values, preprocessor will do these things automatically, and then after doing these things we will get something that is known as pure high level language. In basically in a difference, you can say that in pure high level language, hash define, hash include, all these things will be removed. Okay, hash tags will be removed, that is these are nothing but these are known as preprocessor directives. So these will be removed in this pure high level language. Now once we get the pure high level language, it will go to the compiler. What compiler will do is, it will convert this pure high level language into something that is known as assembly code. This assembly code, you can say that you can consider it as intermediate code, means it would not be exactly like high level language or English language or something, and it would neither be the executable, binary executable language or something like that. It will be something intermediate or mixture of high level language and low level language. So this is what called assembly code. Now this assembly code will go into assembler. Assembler will convert this assembly code to machine code, and then we are having linker loader. This linker loader will take this machine code and it will give executable code. At last this linker loader will finally give the executable code that will be easily executed by the machines or computers. So basically in this subject of compiler design, we are main concerned about this compiler. This is the whole phase that I have told you, to convert high level language into low level language or executable code. But among all these steps, we are interested in this area, that is compiler. So I will be making next videos which will cover all the steps, how this compiler exactly works. Like this is the whole step, but inside compiler, if we go through it thoroughly, there are many interesting topics. We will be able to understand that how this compiler works, what exactly it does, how it does, the different phases in which compiler works. So we will be seeing all those things. Okay, so this is the whole phase. Before going into the compiler, you should be able to understand that what are the things or what are the steps which comes into the picture while converting the high level language into low level language. So I hope you are getting this whole idea. So above into this big picture, now we are taking this small step, compiler, and we will go through it properly step by step. Okay, thank you so much.